Hello, my name is Mike Siracuse. I'm the founder of Biosero, and today I'd like to talk to you about a new concept I'm working on called a 10-minute table talk. And our topic today is going to be the hard problem that is facing the advanced air mobility world, not only in Colombia, but globally. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a series of questions, 7 of them to be exact, and I will go through and answer those, hopefully in less than 10 minutes. And we will start to address what we consider to be the hard problem. So the question becomes, what is the hard problem that needs to be solved? And that's where we're going to start. The hard problem that we see is a C2 subsystem in aviation is a difficult, especially as it relates to communication, navigation, surveillance, is a difficult, hard problem, specifically in the area of information exchange requirements. These information exchange requirements are going to be elusive, and we believe that is going to demand a form of method-driven design that delivers information awareness services, again, specifically in the area of communication, navigation, and surveillance. The why, in our mind, centers around 3 meta requirements: safety, security, and access. Safety is inherent to aviation, and it's non-negotiable. It's going to be managed by exception, but it's always fail-safe design. Security is critical, not only in the personal issues of trust and privacy and everything else that we've learned from the World Wide Web, which will now be represented in the 3D internet with these devices, but also in keeping infrastructure safe. All technology is a Janus, and security is critical. Access. If people and the units can't get access to the system, if it's not available, then we will build it, but no one will come. So again, the meta requirements of safety, security, and access are critical. When? Real-time operations are what are going to be key on the road to automation, and that is the big deal, automation. And in order to get to automation, we're going to have to meet the requirements where they live. So you take any size country and we can generalize the requirements, but they're going to be specific, in this case, in every specific approach control in every sector that we're going to be working. And what this is going to take is constant experimentation and constant innovation and incremental progress. Crawl, walk, run. Because again, the information exchange requirements are difficult here because, quite frankly, we may not know exactly what they are yet. The how. We're all very familiar with red teams and how we use them. They attack, they hit gaps, and they make us more aware of what our problem set is. And we're all familiar with blue teams and how they are there to continue to support and sustain what it is. But this constant melding of blue teams and red teams, we prefer to take an approach that looks at a purple team. And what we mean by a purple team is a band, a group of 3 or 4 people that are capable of looking at the whole of the problem and then framing, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, framing an approach to meet the problem. Where? We personally believe that all all innovation is going to be local. Community-led innovation appears to be the mantra where a lot of the development in this area is going. And what it basically comes down to, in our opinion, is a very stringent at times, but required heuristic of verification, validation, and accreditation to deliver a set of information awareness services that specifically address the hard problem: communication, navigation, and surveillance of advanced air mobility over the internet at national scale. So the purple team that we discussed, who are they? We believe that it's going to take a very unique, not a championship not a team of champions, though they are a team of champions, but a real championship team that can focus on the three vectors that are really going to drive the development and the capture of the requirements of this thing. And that's decision theory, learning theory, and information theory. And what's so important about the fusion of those three is that, again, the long pole in the tent here is automation. We can take a look at it and say that we're going to take an object-oriented approach and we're going to model out what UML4, whatever advanced air mobility in 5 years looks like. But we happen to believe that it's going to be much more incremental than that. Crawl, walk, run. You take the Fuse purple team and you say, hey, what is the framed idea? Let's frame it. Let's language the hard problem. Let's conceptualize a set of services, specifically communication, navigation, and surveillance, that work. And then let's deliver an executable reference architecture. We have a current architecture, we may not. We have an executable reference architecture, and the reference is basically the future architecture of where we want to be. And then let's lay out an approach and a path to make that kind of happen. So again, our intent is very clear. We need to structure and frame the idea and the hard problem. We need to deliver an overarching operational concept at national scale as to what advanced air mobility looks like in any country, in any domain, whether it be the United States, Canada, Colombia. We believe that it is a generalized problem, but we also believe that it's very specific and that each individual domain, though it will be reliant on specific requirements as they relate to safety, security, and access, but each of them will be enough different that it's going to demand a flavor of localized innovation, community-led innovation, and constant real-time experimentation. So that is our clear. We believe that the advanced air mobility is a complex problem. And the fact that we need to look at it from a capstone perspective, which is what we're doing here with the Skyscraper 2020, but we will continue with specific 10-minute table talks on AAM communication on December 1st, 2020, AAM navigation on the 8th, and AAM surveillance on the 15th. Our approach is rather simple. We believe in method-driven design in order to deliver vetted and valid information exchange requirements. We kind of look at this first 10 minutes as the first 10 minutes of any script or any narrative. We are going to set the conditions and we want to set the boundaries for moving forward. And we believe that a succinct set of clear, distinguishable reference points as they focus on the overall hard problem of information exchange requirements over the internet for mobile devices, specifically as they relate to communication, navigation, and surveillance. We want to thank you for allowing us the ability to present today. And you can see our contact information, and please feel free to reach out. And we're looking forward to fully addressing, not only at the Colombian scale, but at the global scale, the hard yet doable reality of information exchange requirements over the internet in delivering advanced air mobility. Thanks again, and have a great day.